Affirmation. Based on. Trial. Court and court. Try to recall preliminary hearing. Appeal. Groomer. October. Trying to understand. Witness. In the first place. Thank you, Your Honor. Indictment. Do you recollect that needed to be interrogation cause of action? In an effort to hearing reasonable doubt, we must precedent versus to find out. We found. Acquit bankruptcy. Accused. Overruled negligence. They must be. Payroll. Ladies and gentlemen. Jurisprudence. Felon. Guilt. Arraign. Cross. Examination. Lawyer. Stricken. Automatically sentenced. He must be. It must be. How to get counselor. Used to go. Malicious. Trying to be. Groomer. Arraignment. Liable. Automatically. Attorney. Counteract. One stroke. Sustained divorce allegation. February. Accusing. Police. Satisfy. March. Trying to say. Assault and battery. Try to get. Try to say. Petition. Decree. Spectator. Deliberation. Progressive. Deliberations. Evidence. How are you? Notary public. Trying to see. Litigate. Deponent. Judge. Affirmative action. Object. Preliminary opening statement. Court of law. Resided. Defendant. Beyond a reasonable doubt. Tries to get. On the part of the. Miranda. To do this. Litigant. You must have been. Cross-examination. I'm trying to get. Decree. He must be notarized. Psychiatrist. Deliberating. I must. Exhibition. Court reporter. November. In general. Has to do. Counsel. Aggravated it only. Off the record. In evidence. Legal. Try to make. Acquit. Divorce petitioner. Try to go. Try to remember. Perjury. Perjury. Idea of. Tries to be. Supreme Court. Duress and found. To find out. Search warrant. Arbitrator. The plaintiff. Beyond a reasonable doubt. Tuesday. Affirmation. Defendant. Spectate. Jury room. Summary judgment. I tried to think. Injured. Used to say. I'm trying to find. Supposed to be. Arbitration. Try to remember. Direct examination. May. The plaintiff. That you found. Sustained. Conviction. Uncertain. Supreme Court. In jail. Sentenced. Spectate. April. That must have been. Probation. Petition. Prosecution tries to. Motive. She must counteract. One stroke. Notarized. Jurisdiction. May I approach the witness? Divorce. XX. Injured. Larceny. Object. Testament. Liable. Offender. Bankrupt. Aggravated. It must testify. Claimant. Sunday. XX. I tried to be. Uncertain. Attorney. If you find. Preliminary hearing. Fire Department. Review. Appellate Court. Burden of proof. Offender. Relevance. Fireman. Tried to find out. Based upon. Tries to find. Plaintiff. On the record. He must. Damages. It must be. Relevant. Tilde. May I approach the witness? Claimant. That only. Tries to say. In an effort to. Prosecution. Has to go. Trying to go. How are you? Proximate cause. Mirandize. Counterclaim versus. May I approach the witness? Sole judges. On the part of the. Satisfactory probable cause. Notary public. Deponent. Overruled. V. I must have. XX. Tried to find. Assault and battery. Verdict. Eternity. Negligent lawsuit. Warrant. Try to make. Malpractice. XX. Jury trial. He must be. Plaintiff's. I tried to. One stroke. That he must have. I'm sure. Jurisdiction. He must have been. The jury. You must have been. Accusation. Neighboring members of the jury. Parole officer. And I found members of the jury. Docket. Not guilty. Search warrant. Negligence. Fire station. Police officer. Tried to remember. Groomer. Try to say. Speculate. Affirmative action. Court of law. Acquittal. We must. Plea bargain. Arraignment. Tries to explain. Notary public. Police judge. I'm trying to find. May. Less than plea bargain. Do you recollect? Contributory negligence. Diet. Offensive. Lawsuit. Interrogating. Plea bargain. Tried to do. Judge. On the record. Prejudice. District Court. Statutory interrogation. Counsel. Trying to say. Defendants exhibit. Inference. Veracity. Malice. She found. Respondent frustrated. One stroke. Has to go. Counselor resided. December. Psychiatrist. Progressive. Tilde. Try to do. Counterclaim. Patrol veracity innocence supposed to immunity counselor jury room innocence reckless utter. Police report halfway. Review exhibit prosecutor firearm. Sequester arraignment quarterly that must have been what must how are you? They must be probable cause restless trying to remember. That you found he must be. Trying to say I tried to see. Tried to say preliminary hearing. The evidence that must unanimous lean. Tries to have may I approach. Reason in an effort to. Judicial how are you? Deliberation. They must be. Judge trying to think acquitted century. Tries to do negligence. July permanent warrant perjury you must not guilty automatically larceny negligent defendant libel may. Plea bargain counteract. One stroke. In court automatically. I must have been tried to do. It must beyond all reasonable doubt. They find troll. Try to remember try to get. Defense attorney. Tried to go spectator in jail perjury recess interrogation. I must have acquittal testament. February. Hearing. In evidence. Tried to have. Monday innocence. Probation transcript relevant. Search warrant. July. How are you inference burden of proof jury room prosecution when you found. Subpoena dupes tecum the court. Reason. Because I found. Used to do. Closing statement he must have. Progressive. Your Honor. County court tries to be. Superior court lawsuit. He must have. The defendants. I tried to think immunity in court. I tried to think. Has to be arraignment tries to explain they found. I'm trying to explain trying to say counteract. One stroke. Payroll. Based upon the. Try to have aggravated executrix felony try to find out. Accusing mentioning burden of proving. Mitigate plea bargain acquitted jury room. Trying to say. Trying to remember. Tries to say. Defendants exhibit witness. Counsel. It only. They must be. Trying to do manslaughter personal knowledge. Plea bargain. Miranda. Fire station. Settlement. XXX. Offensive. In evidence. Lean. Tried to believe tried to do. Proximate cause. And find. He must have. Litigate. Trying to understand. Sustain. Try to find bankruptcy fire department. Your Honor. Search warrant injured. Till the. Trial court acquitted how to get. Object. Speculate. Motive. Defendants. The. Defendants tried to be fireman divorce. Miranda halfway tries to have the. Counsel. Has to do frustrated. One stroke. Innocent statutory hearing. Tries to get interrogation yearly. The defendant's divorce psychiatrist. Felon. Based on the courtroom plaintiff. Accused. Monday psychiatrist. Exhibition. Self. Defense. Try to. And find. Motive. Court. Defense. Libel. Trial court. Personal knowledge. Tried to find. You must be. Progression. We find. Contributory negligence. I'm trying to find. Sunday. Court reporting. Libel. Probable cause trying to say. Arraign. Motive. Counterclaim. Assault and battery. Trying to have. Versus. Permanent. XXX. I tried to. One stroke. Administratrix prosecutor eternity appellate indictment tried to make. He must. There is a. Counsel credible burden of proof allegation tries to find. Tried to be. Tried to be. Police. Proximate cause. Tried to go affidavit based upon the. Assault. Fire station. I tried to understand. Tried to do. Trying to think. The judge. Arbitrator police officer. Your Honor. Innocent. Tried to. Arbitration. Tries to go automatically accused. May I approach the bench? District Court. Trying to see. He found. Deponent. Trying to understand affirmative action affirm. Witness. Troll automatically disposition offense. I tried to think. In certain Your Honor. Trial court reasonable doubt. Defense. Supposed to go. Did you find? Give a. That he must have precedent objection and found. Witness. For the record. Petition. Friday respondent. Offensive. Of your. Lean. Monday malicious intent. Decree. Try to say. Aggravate. August. Law firm testimony mitigate overruled. Thursday. Till it counteract. One stroke beyond a reasonable doubt. Lien review. Tried to have default. Testimony. Disposition trying to understand. Prejudice. Proclaim. The jury tries to have interrogation assault and battery. Cross-examination. The evidence. December. Review prosecute offended. They must. Calls for speculation offended objection docket. Progression. Tries to have the cross-examination. Thank you, Your Honor. Affirmative accused bankrupt. December. How are you? Trying to remember. Closing statement. Negligent payroll appearance relevancy direct examination the jury imminent. Appellate court attorney deliberations. Tried to. Exhibition. Proclaim. I'm trying to get opening statement they find. He must be. Litigant. Based on. I'm trying to understand legalization overruled counteract. One stroke. Not guilty aggravating ladies and gentlemen of the jury satisfactory precedent prosecution appearance. Executrix. Counterclaim. He found. Century bankruptcy prosecution hearing. Notary public immune jurisprudence neighboring you must be. XX. April. Overruled. Trying to remember. Tried to get. Trying to think. Yearly. Personal knowledge. Damages eternity prosecutee must be. Defendants exhibit trying to remember. Fire department summary judgment satisfactory trying to. Misconduct. Criminal. Exhibition. Permanent. Victim. He must have. Offend. I object satisfactory probable cause. Personal knowledge. Subpoena. I'm trying to explain. I'm trying to remember liability opening statement it must have been. Liable beyond reasonable doubt. Relevant. Tried to go. That I must have been. Appellate affirmative action. Tries to have affirmative. Action prosecute defendants. Tried to do. Calendar. Tries to reasonable injunction objection that must have been. Third party reasonable doubt. Plaintiff. Court reporter felony search warrant relevancy. XX mitigate court. Probate federal. Court. Personal knowledge preliminary search warrant the jury tries to go felony supposed to be. Counsel. Try to do. Trying to be. We found. Gentleman of the jury calls for speculation. Testimony. June preliminary hearing. Tried to have. You must be. Subpoena duces tecum spectator lien. They found mitigate any need perjury century. She found interrogation tried to have affidavit legal. Witness. Based on. Used to go. Tries to find jury tries to say liability groove. The court. I find prosecute lien. Jury trial speculation executor. Docket. Tries to have. Trying to do. Lien unconscionable interrogate. Legal. And I found. Your Honor. Miranda. Lien. Decree. Courthouse reasonable circumstances members of the jury. Notary public parole larceny to do this. And I found. I find versus eternity officer tried to remember. To find. Homicide felony he must have been. Has to be. Burden. I tried to see. Witness attorney arraignment felonious. Tried to believe. I find. Malice liability plaintiff allegation it must have been. Trying to remember. Overrule. On the record. XX duress tries to. Your Honor. Accusing. When you found. Malicious intent objection reasonable doubt. Beyond a reasonable doubt. Privilege because I found. Burden of proving. Appeal. Judge. Tries to do. He must have been. Grand jury. Wednesday liability acquitted may I approach the bench. Trying to remember beyond all reasonable doubt. They found. Defense attorney groomer. Venue. Your Honor. Tried to remember. I'm sure. Tuesday. The jury attorney prosecutorial. I'm sure. Immune. Patrol. Used to see. Objection. Offender injunction. Miranda. Defendants. Felonious. States exhibit when you found. Immune. Trying to see. XX. Reason. Idea of. That needed to be. Docket. Tries to explain ladies and gentlemen of the jury resided acquittal used to go. The defendants. I tried to get. Search warrant complainant. They found. In jail interrogating testimony tries to say, quarterly.